San Diego Comic-Con 2024, Retro Cool Nerd. I'm Jimmy. This is Kyle. I'm learning about everything today. What is your involvement with the Massiverse?
Oh yeah, absolutely. So for those who don't know, my name is Kyle Higgins. I am the founder and creative director of Black Market Narrative, which is our creative collective studio that we do
Okay.
all the comics in the Massiverse through. We publish at Image Comics. So I creative direct actually all the books in the line, and then I write the series like Radiant Black, Cowl, which is coming back right now with Cowl 1964, and No One, which is our big true crime superhero series that we're talking about today. We're making a fun big movie announcement for. And then I also do books like Moon Man with Kid Cudi. That's not in the Massiverse, but it's like one universe over. Yeah, so I'm kind of like
Massiverse adjacent?
it's Massiverse exactly. It's Massiverse adjacent. Yeah.
Right
Yeah.
on. Cowl 1964. Is this any close to Batman 1966?
Oh no, it's tonally quite a bit different.
Okay.
So Cowl was actually my very first creator-owned book that I did at Image 10 years ago. It's based on my college thesis film. It's a live-action film that we did. It's about the superhero labor union of 1960 Chicago. So it's kind of like the Mad Men. It's kind of like Mad Men meets The Wire with a bit of like DC's New Frontier mixed in. So the original book was 11 issues long. We are now 10 years later are bringing the series back for a 4-issue miniseries called Cowl 1964 that both wraps up the original story that Alex Siegel, Rod Reese, and I set out to tell 10 years ago, while also laying groundwork for threads in the Massiverse that are going to continue on kind of like for many years. Since the book is set in the 60s, there are elements that in the rest of the universe of the Massiverse, there are elements that date back to Cowl that people aren't even necessarily aware of yet. One of the things that we really pride ourselves on with the universe, though, having said all that, is that everything's really, really accessible. So you only have to read what you're interested in. If you're only into Power Rangers with adult problems and sci-fi, just read Radiant Black. If you're only into supernatural Batman Beyond type stories with like a crappy dead dad who haunts the suit of armor and gothic villains, like just read Rogue Sun. Once a year, we do a 50-page one-shot where all the heroes come together for a done-in-one story. Again, you don't have to have read anything else. Everything you need to know will be in that one-shot. But if you had read everything else, that one-shot is additive to all the characters' arcs and their narratives. So with that, then, it brings us to No One, which is the true crime superhero series of the Massiverse that we do. It's 10 issues long, and each issue also has an in-universe scripted podcast that we do with Rachel Lee Cook and Patton Oswalt, Todd Stashwick, Yuri Lowenthal, just murder's row of acting talent. And they are all voicing characters from the book, and the story goes between the two. Now we've announced that that story is continuing with a true crime superhero documentary that we're making called I Am No One with ZQ Entertainment, as well as Steven Schneider, who produced Paranormal Activity, Insidious, Late Night with the Devil, Blair Witch. Brian and I are producing and writing it. I'm directing it as my first feature, and it's both it's both an adaptation of the comic and podcast events, as well as a continuation of the story, because the film is also in universe with the comic and the podcast. So it really is this kind of multi-narrative story that we've been designing for like 3 years at this point.
That's incredible. I look forward to that. First, I mean, welcome to the big time, man. Writing, directing, all your characters are coming to life. Like hopefully better than Spawn did way back in the day.
I love
right?
Spawn. I love Todd. I love Spawn.
Right. So I know we're tight on time, so I'm going to let you go, man. Thanks for your time.
My
Enjoy the
pleasure.
rest of your con. I
Thank you.
appreciate your time.
Awesome.